we have come to the last two verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya ends by saying, I just cannot forget that Vishwarupam. It keeps playing in my mind. It's the most wonderful and beautiful vision, and I'll hold it in my memory always. And I believe, he says to Dhritarashtra, wherever Lord Krishna is, with Arjuna, in other words, if Krishna is in the hearts and minds of the human, that human will be prosperous, strong, virtuous, and righteous. Thus ends the Bhagavad Gita, my journey through all 18 chapters, verse by verse. My intention throughout was to make this extraordinary work as simple as possible and somewhat make it easy to grasp. Remember, Krishna is giving this discourse to Arjuna, an exemplary warrior, outstanding intellect, but not all of us who are reading this discourse, this communication between the two, are blessed with that kind of an intelligence. We all can benefit if we have and use little of our common sense. The process, many times Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita itself, is more important. The sincerity is what Bhagavad Gita is inviting us to have, not perfection. So it is for all common men, all common humans, common men and women. I must admit, trying to interpret this extraordinary work, which is deep in philosophy, was and is a lofty goal, and perhaps audacious, arrogant. The purpose of my journey was not to teach, it is to learn. Through that journey, I truly realized how extraordinary this work is. That statement in itself is somewhat pretentious, because many scholars have already told us, many learned scholars, experts in the field, sages, have already told us. So it should be obvious. It should not be a revelation that I found it an extraordinary work. But as a common man, as an ordinary man, I also could appreciate the message in the book. Krishna keeps saying that the goal is enlightenment throughout the Bhagavad Gita, but then he also hints at how difficult it is. And our understanding with the belief that there is reincarnation, in other words, rebirth for us, it is a process that takes several lifetimes to reach that enlightenment. But a smaller step, peace of mind, is achievable for all of us through practicing what is preached or what is mentioned in the book of Bhagavad Gita. The second may be, what is the purpose of my life? There, reading through this and going through the process of trying to understand it has given me some clarity. It is leaving good and insightful memories behind for the next generation. If one of the main goals of all organisms, all living things, is survival and evolution, what will benefit them the most from one's life? It is some information that is helpful for them. So it makes scientific sense that my purpose being leaving good memories is beneficial. That for sure I have some clarity. It is not having good memories. So if I go to a place to visit some place, it's not that, oh, I got some excellent memories. The sunset was great. The sunrise was great in that beautiful vista of a beach. That will die with me. That memory will die with me. But if at the same beach I had communication with someone and left behind something that is worthwhile for their memory, a younger generation, then I would have fulfilled my purpose. Finally, have I become a better person going through this process? I can't answer that question. Someone else has to answer that question. Yeah, he went through this process and I could see a marked improvement in the way he was dealing with things. He had better control over his senses. I think this process helped him. It's someone else to say. However, I feel lighter, somewhat more peaceful, and I have better self-respect, which may be an indication that I am on the right direction.